Did everything they said. I followed the protocols, I used the tools, I watched the videos. I wanted to be the person who got it all right. But the more I did, the worse I felt, and the more Fitz struggled. There is part of this journey that nobody talks about. The part where you are doing everything right and it's still not working. And that part nearly broke me. Welcome to Straight Up Dog Talk, the podcast where no topic is off limits and no pet parent feels alone. I'm Em, dog trainer, nutritionist, and retired vet tech, and I'm here to talk about the real stuff, the guilt, the grief, the breakthroughs, and everything in between. Whether you're deep in the trenches or you're just starting your journey, this is a safe space for big feeling dogs and the people who love them. Let's get into it. Have you ever found yourself trying to do everything the right way, reading every book, watching every tutorial, combing through YouTube and Google in the middle of the night, following all of the advice, but still ending up in tears because your dog is struggling? I want you to know you are not alone. This episode is about the emotional weight of trying so hard and still not getting the results that you'd hope for. Because when we talk about behavior struggles, we talk a lot about protocols, but we rarely talk about how it feels when those protocols don't work, how it chips away at your confidence, how it can make you question if you're even cut out for this. Today, I want to pull that into the light. By the end of this episode, you'll walk away with validation that doing everything right doesn't always work the way that we're promised, a breakdown of the emotional toll we don't talk about enough, the difference between following a plan and building a relationship, and what actually helped Fitz and I break out of the burnout loop, because this isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters. I remember exactly how it built up. Fitz was still in the early stages of his reactivity before I had any real tools that actually fit him. I was using what I'd learned as a vet tech with my other dogs, what I'd seen on TV, what people online swore would work. I was watching other pet parents post videos of their before and afters, their dog walking calmly next to them on trails, resting in cafes, or even greeting people at the door. And I kept thinking, we'll get there too. I just have to follow the plan. I remember setting timers for training drills, taking notes after every walk, tracking how many wins we got in a day. I thought if I worked hard enough, if I could do everything all right, we would be okay. We would get there. But here's the truth. I didn't realize I was building my entire life around not trying to mess up. I wasn't enjoying my dog. I was trying to fix him. And that pressure, it was unbearable. The final moment that broke me, it wasn't a huge dramatic thing. It was a normal day, a normal walk. We'd made it home. I thought we'd done well. And then a neighbor's car door slammed and Fitz lost it. Barking, lunging, spinning in circles, I tried to redirect. I used the cue I'd been practicing, and he blew right past it. I tried again, still nothing. I felt this wave of failure flood over me, and I just collapsed onto the floor. I didn't cry right away, and shortly after that, I collapsed into my bed. I felt completely overwhelmed. I didn't cry right away. I sat there in silence for a long time, feeling like the worst pet parent on the planet because I knew how hard I was trying and I still couldn't help him feel safe. Have you ever had a moment like that where you're trying so hard to do everything right? You're checking every box, you're reading all of the content, you're following every tip, and still your dog struggles. Maybe you've sat in the car after a failed walk and just stared at the steering wheel with the music blaring. Maybe you've hidden in the bathroom because your dog wouldn't stop barking and you're just done and you needed a moment of peace to yourself. If that's you, I want you to hear this. This system is not built for your dog, and your dog is not broken. The emotional toll is real and it's valid, and it's something so many of us carry in silence, and we shouldn't have to. So, what do you do when you're doing it all right and it's still not working? Well, first you pause. Not forever, but for long enough to ask a better question. Not what else can I do, but what does my dog actually need right now? Then ditch the timeline. Ditch the performance goals. Ditch the idea that you have to earn progress by being perfect. Your dog doesn't need a perfect pet parent. Your dog needs a present pet parent. And honestly, you probably need rest too. There's nothing wrong with taking a week off from walks, or 2, or 3, or months, or even letting enrichment be messy and fun instead of structured and impressive, or not filming your progress for once. What changed for us didn't come from a new tool or a cue. It came from letting go of the pressure to be good enough. Here's what I learned that I wish someone had told me earlier. You can follow every single rule and not get the results you want because your dog isn't a robot. Training isn't about control, it's about communication and regulation. You are allowed to trust your gut even when it goes against what the checklist says. And you're allowed to need things too for yourself. Because when we center everything around performance, we lose connection, we lose trust, and we lose sight of the whole point of all of this. It's not about doing it perfectly. It's about learning to live and grow together, flaws, fears, and all. If you've ever felt like this while trying your hardest, I see you. And I hope you'll send this episode to someone else who needs to hear it. If you're in that burnt out phase, come grab my free enrichment guide. It's full of pressure-free, connection-building activities that don't require structure, obedience, or perfection. It's all about play and fun. You are doing more than enough, and you're not alone. I'm proud of you for trying. And always remember, don't hesitate to reach out with questions or ask for support. I'm always happy to help. And I'll see you this time next week on Straight Up Dog Talk.